Hi guys, this is Tuhin here and welcome to my online tutorial for architectural sketches. If you are a designer and you are struggling with creating perspective drawings, I'm going to give you some basic tips and techniques on how to use perspective 1 point and 2 point. And you can use them to refine your conceptual drawings and get better to create architectural views. I'm going to talk about the concepts behind horizon line, and the vanishing points, which are kind of the key elements which decide how a perspective view is gonna be. Just because perspective drawings can become really complex to understand, I'm gonna start off my tutorial with a basic shape, which is a cuboid, for understanding how perspective works with this. I'm gonna start with drawing the plan for the shape I'm gonna draw today. And these arrows are showing which different cuboids I'm drawing where. I'm gonna shade two of the cuboids which have a height difference. And I'm also going to draw a side elevation of the whole thing for better understanding. You'll notice that whenever I try to sketch a shape, I tend to start off with very light lines to demarcate the boundary of the shape first. And only after I get the desired proportions, I'm gonna darken those lines. Always kind of try to extend the edges a little more, which actually kind of gives the edges sharpness and makes the shape prominent. So I'm gonna talk about our viewpoint from where we are gonna view this object. The kind of composition of your sketch is dependent on where you choose your viewpoint. Now there are three different ways you can actually view a structure in front of you. I'm drawing a quick elevation to show you how this works. In the first one, my human figure is standing on the ground and his eyes are a little more above. So his vision would cross right somewhere in the middle of the structure, as you can see. The second one would be where you're viewing the building from top and your vision line is going over the top of the structure, which means you're viewing the structure below you. This is what we call the bird's eye view. And the third one is where your eyes are right on the ground level. So your vision line is going to be right near coinciding with the ground line. This is what we call the worm's eye view. Now talking about the viewpoint that I had chosen to view the object. There is something called a plane of vision, which is always perpendicular to your line of vision. So if I try to draw an imaginary plane of vision here, I can see that for my first viewpoint, the plane of vision and the plane of the geometry I'm viewing are parallel. So this makes our job easy to draw a perspective view of this. If I extend my line of vision, it would be perpendicular to the structure I'm viewing to. Now let's talk about another viewpoint which I had in mind, which is viewing the structure from a side. The arrows show you the extent of vision an eye has. So here the situation is kind of different because the plane of vision for this visual point is kind of not parallel to the geometric shape or any edges to it. The plane of vision actually sits at an angle to the shape here. So firstly we are going to talk about the viewpoint 1. Just because the plane of vision for this viewpoint is parallel, so I won't be needing two sets of vanishing points to portray this view. Essentially it's going to be one point perspective showing the depth of the building. Now for drawing a perspective view of this, the first thing that you need to do is you're gonna create a boundary for this first sketch. Always try to start off with a smaller sketch and decide the composition of how your shape is going to sit before moving into the bigger details. Now I'm going to divide this small area in between three equal portions horizontally and vertically. Just think of them as guidelines which are going to help you to create the perspective sketch. Now as for the viewing point height, I'm gonna start off with the first scenario with my viewpoint line passing through between the structure somewhere. In this case I would prefer to take the lower third of the horizontal part as my horizon line. Now what we have to keep in mind is that the vanishing points are always coinciding with the horizon line. So there won't be any cases where the vanishing point will be above or below the horizon line. You can choose them according to how your sketch demands, but the fact is that they always have to be on the horizon line. So I'm gonna start showing you the one point perspective that we were talking about. So as the name suggests here, we are gonna have only one point of perspective on the horizon line. And the first thing you can try doing is create radial lines touching all your coordinates of the grid lines on your sheet, meeting at the vanishing point. So this radial grid line is going to help you to draw the inclined lines to create your perspective sketch. Now I've reduced the opacity of the grid lines below and I'm going to try drawing over it. Now the first thing I'm going to do is mark the baseline or the ground level of the house, which would be a little below the horizon line that we have made. Then the next step would be marking the heights of the shapes. And then I'm going to darken the shape. Now for estimating the height of the shape that is behind, I'm going to draw an edge from the front of the shape leading towards the vanishing point. Now these inclined lines show the depth of the shape which is hidden from our eyes. Now I'm going to take an estimate from these lines as to where the cuboid in the end should start. And I'm going to extend the height of the cuboid in the back a little bit. And when the shape is ready, you can start darkening out the lines of the joineries and bring out the shape that you want to see. I'm going to shade a little part to show the depth. And I'm going to add a bit of trees on the horizon line to make it a little more realistic, to make the composition better. So essentially it's like an elevation showing the depths of your shape. And now you can doodle around to create the elevational aspects of the shape. And that is how a one point perspective works. And now we are gonna go back to the empty grid line of the sheet and we are gonna talk about making 2-point perspective sketch. Now this would be a little more complicated than drawing 1-point perspective. So just like before, I'm gonna draw the horizon line towards the lower third of the sheet. and I'm choosing the vanishing points out of the boundary of our sheet here. Now normally you can ask why can't we put the vanishing points in between the sheet itself. So I'm gonna show you what happens if we do that. So let's say we take the two vanishing points inside the boundary of the sheet. Now the same way you're gonna extend radial lines from the grid lines inclined towards both the vanishing points. So now that you can see, I have an array of inclined lines from both the vanishing points. Now in this one you'll notice that the angle at the junction of these inclined lines are quite acute, and they're gonna give us kind of a jagged edge, which could be like a little too dynamic for the view we are trying to get. So you would basically be pushing the aspect ratio of the sketch too much, which we kind of don't want to do right here. So instead I'm going to draw the inclined lines radially towards the outside vanishing point. So I'm going to reduce the opacity of the grid lines that we have got here and try to draw over it. So as you can see here, the edges of the perspective lines are more subtle, and it is going to definitely give us a better view. So for making 2-point perspective, I am going to assume my viewpoint at an angle to the shape I'm trying to draw, which makes our plane of vision at an angle to the subject, because of which the 2-point perspective comes into play, because each flat face has its own perspective. So firstly, I'm going to start off with marking the heights of the shape. This is mostly eye estimation, so you don't need to worry too much. Now once I've gotten the heights in place, I'm gonna start making the ground line, but this time the ground line is not parallel, but instead it's inclined towards one of the vanishing points. And now all the horizontal lines that you're gonna draw are going to be radially inclined to one another. You can always take reference from the perspective lines that you have already drawn. Now from these top edges, I'm going to extend the lines to kind of meet the vanishing point. And now I've got a junction of these two lines, so I'm going to darken them. And I'm shading these two boxes which are behind to give a sense of depth to the picture. And I'm going to draw the ground line over here. I'm going to darken the ground line and add some trees. Even the shading that I'm going to provide in the ground would be radially inclined in respect to the perspective lines. So this is how a basic 2-point perspective sketch is going to look after it's finished. Hope you guys had fun watching this video and learned a few tricks about perspective. So like, share and subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for more of my classes.